In the quiet glow of her laboratory, a woman changed the world forever. This is the story of Marie Curie, the pioneer who illuminated the invisible. Marie was born in Warsaw, Poland in 1867. Her father, a physics teacher, filled their home with scientific instruments, sparking her early curiosity. But Poland was under Russian rule. Education for women was limited. Yet young Marie refused to let the world decide her limits. She studied in secret, attending the clandestine Flying University for women determined to learn. She absorbed every piece of knowledge she could, dreaming of a world where her mind, not her gender, would define her path. The seeds of a scientific revolution were being sown in the mind of a young girl who simply refused to be told no. In 1891, Marie left Warsaw for Paris. She was 24, alone, and nearly penniless. The journey itself was a leap of faith, a bet on her own potential. At the prestigious Sorbonne, she threw herself into physics and mathematics. Life was a constant struggle. She often fainted from hunger, yet her spirit never wavered. Her passion for knowledge was a fire that kept her warm through the cold Parisian winters. In the vibrant intellectual heart of the Latin Quarter, she met a fellow scientist who would change her life and the course of history. Marie Curie. Pierre and Marie shared more than love. They shared a profound, unified purpose. Together, they embarked on an investigation into the mysterious rays recently discovered by Henri Becquerel, emanating from uranium salts. Their work wasn't glamorous. It took place in a drafty, abandoned shed. In this humble setting, through sheer grit and relentless effort, they processed tons of pitchblende, or pit, in 1898. Their perseverance paid off. They announced the discovery of not one, but two new elements: polonium, which Marie named in honor of her beloved homeland, and the even more powerful radium. Their tiny laboratory, once a place of toil, became a temple of discovery, filled with the mesmerizing pale blue glow of radioactive matter. In 1903, Marie Curie broke one of the highest barriers in science, becoming the first woman ever to win a Nobel Prize. She was awarded the prize in physics, shared with her husband Pierre and Henri Becquerel for their joint research on radiation. Yet, the scientific world hesitated to give her full credit. The initial nomination was for Pierre and Becquerel alone. It was only Pierre's insistence that included Marie. Many newspapers praised Pierre but barely mentioned her name, often describing her merely as his wife and assistant. Still, she worked on, unmoved by the allure of fame and unshaken by the sting of neglect. Her focus remained squarely on the work, the discovery, the science. Just as they reached the pinnacle of their shared success, tragedy struck. In 1906, Pierre Curie was killed in a street accident, leaving Marie a widow with two young daughters and a shattered heart. The world expected her to fade into obscurity, but she refused to let their shared dream die with him. In an act of quiet defiance and immense strength, she stepped into his role at the Sorbonne, becoming the university's first female professor. She would not give up their work. she would carry the torch for both of them. In 1911, Marie Curie achieved the impossible, something no man or woman had ever done before. She was awarded a second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry, for her work in isolating pure radium. This unprecedented honor cemented her status as one of history's greatest scientific minds. When World War I broke out, she didn't retreat into her lab. Instead, she turned science into service. Recognizing the need for immediate medical care on the battlefield, she developed mobile X-ray units. These vehicles, nicknamed Petites Curies or Little Curies, brought radiological services to the front lines, allowing surgeons to locate shrapnel and bullets in wounded soldiers, saving countless lives. Madame Curie of the Little Curies became a hero on the front lines. Years of dedicated research and constant exposure to radiation took a silent, irreversible toll on her health. Marie Curie died in 1934 from aplastic anemia, a condition almost certainly caused by her lifelong work with radioactive materials. She paid the ultimate price for her discoveries, yet her light did not fade. Her notebooks are still so radioactive today that they have to be stored in lead-lined boxes. Her work paved the way for modern medicine, cancer treatments, nuclear science, and, perhaps most importantly, the empowerment of women in research everywhere. She once said, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood." Her brilliance, her courage, and her unyielding curiosity continue to shine. In every laboratory light and in every mind that dares to ask why. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the life of a true pioneer. If you were inspired by her story, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives that shaped our world. We'll see you next time.